The following is a presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Hello, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to Comiskey Park for Game 1 of the 1994 American League Wildcard Series between the Seattle Mariners and the Chicago White Sox. The Mariners so far have been nothing but amazing in the last few games we played them on Payoff Pitch. The Mariners got a big come-from-behind win against the White Sox early last week. Then the Mariners had a huge come-from-behind against the Detroit Tigers, and with the Texas Rangers losing in quick result, it propelled the Mariners into the playoffs. And then only a couple of days ago, the Mariners went on the road to the Oriole Park at Camden Yards to beat the Baltimore Orioles and move on into the next phase of the Wild Card Series, as Philip Reynolds joins me here at Comiskey Park for this game. The Chicago White Sox, however, have been waiting for the Mariners, and of course have been waiting for the last couple of days, as the White Sox finished number 4 in the American League, which means they host the Wild Card Series for this best of 2 out of 3. The winner of this series, however, goes to play the Cleveland Indians in the American League in one of the ALDSs, and the Indians are waiting the winners of this matchup. But we got a long way to go before we get to that. We got a big game tonight. Tonight's going to be Chris Bosio, Seattle's number 2 pitcher, against Wilson Alvarez, Chicago ace. Before we begin, I would like to mention that yesterday, dealing with COVID-19 and dementia, we lost Tom Seaver, the best Mets pitcher / player and top 10 pitcher, in my opinion, in all of baseball history, as he died at the age of 75. He actually died on August 31st. It was reported to us yesterday. Before I begin this game, a moment of silence. And of course, I did a tribute game to him earlier today when he was with the Chicago White Sox against the Yankees. If you've not watched that, for those of you who have not watched it, please check it out. But here, before we begin today, a moment of silence for Tom Seaver. May he rest in peace. Thank you very much. It is now time to get back to baseball. It's Game 1 of the American League Wild Card Series. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Seattle Mariners. It'll be Rich Amaral batting first. Felix Fermin will bat second. Ken Griffey Jr. is third. Jay Buhner batting fourth. Edgar Martinez is fifth. Mike Blowers is batting sixth. Tino Martinez batting seventh. Keith Mitchell batting eighth, and Dan Wilson is batting ninth. Defensively for the Chicago White Sox, Frank Thomas is at first base. Joey Cora is at second. The shortstop is Ozzie Guillen. Robin Ventura at third. In left field is Tim Raines. Center fielder is Lance Johnson. In right field is Darren Jackson. Behind the plate, Mike LaValliere. And on the mound for the Chicago White Sox is their ace, Wilson Alvarez. 12 wins, 8 losses, 3.45 ERA. Averaged about 6 strikeouts, 3.5 walks, and about a little less than a homer per 9 innings pitched, as Philip Reynolds and Salvador America are first up tonight, as well as Steeler Fan 1933. As we're about to continue the 1994 postseason, as we now move on to the AL Wild Card Series, a best of 3. We welcome you to Comiskey Park. Pretty much a pitcher's park. Left-handed batter, 1 to 34 wheelhouse. Right-handed batter, 1 to 48. Combined would be an 82, a little bit of a pitcher's park. But we know how balls can fly out of any stadium if they're hit hard enough. The fans here at Comiskey are rowdy, they are loud, they are wanting to get going. So let's get it going here as we continue the postseason. Wilson Alvarez is on the mound, and leading off for the Seattle Mariners will be Rich Amaral. Alvarez is a lefty. Amaral batted .297, 4 homers against left-handed pitching. And before I get to start, I got to get my first deck of fast action cards here ready. And we are ready to go. Seattle Mariners have been hot They've won 3 in a row in payoff pitch, including one game where they had to come back, as Rick Vaughn now wonders where his seat is. And Philip Reynolds, since he was first here at Comiskey Park, you are the host. So that's the rule I have in my chat. So make sure everybody gets their beer and or drink or food. It's up to you there. You're first here, Philip. So here we go. Here starts the American League Wild Card Series, Game 1. And it's going to be a tough 98. And that is definitely a fly ball to left field. Coming under that is going to be Raines. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Amaral will head back to the dugout. And that will bring up Felix Fermin. Fermin batted 400 against left-handed pitching. As I said, Seattle has their left-handed lineup dealing with the left. Well, should have the lineup against lefties in this game today. Here's the pitch to Fermin. And that is a tough 0-2. Struck him out. Alvarez gets out Fermin on a big strikeout. And that is out number 2. And that will bring up Ken Griffey Jr. Jr. did not have a good game his first time out. He was 0 for 5 in the game in the game against the Orioles. 0 for 5. So we'll see if he can get it going here better. As Griffey gets into the batter's box, Griffey bats .296, 16 homers against lefties. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 16, and Griffey swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that gets the crowd really active, and it's a 1-2-3 inning on the Mariners. And that actually is Griffey's 5th consecutive strikeout going back to the last game. Nothing doing for the Mariners there. We go to the bottom of the first. Take a look at the starting lineup. For the White Sox, it'll be Tim Raines batting first. Joey Cora is second. Frank Thomas batting third. Julio Franco batting fourth. Robin Ventura is fifth. Darren Jackson batting sixth. Lance Johnson is seventh. Mike LaValliere, the catcher, batting eighth. And Ozzie Guillen is batting ninth defensively for the Mariners. Tino Martinez at first base. Rich Amaral is at second. The shortstop is Fermin. At third base is Blowers. In left field is Keith Mitchell. Center field, Jay Buhner. Right field is Griffey. Behind the plate, Dan Wilson. And on the mound for the Seattle Mariners will be Chris Bosio. He is the number 2 pitcher for Seattle. 4 wins, 10 losses, 4.32 ERA. Averaged about 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a homer per 9. Randy Johnson, of course, is the ace, but he pitched the first game, so he will not be available, at least unless the Mariners make it to the ALDS, as I do a 4-man rotation, and it is strict. And that kind of makes it interesting to allow a team. You'll pretty much already know who's coming up. So let's see what we got here for the leading off for the Chicago White Sox. Will be Tim Raines. White Sox have the right-handed bat against the rights up here, batted .285, 9 homers against rights. And he will lead it off here for the White Sox in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch coming up, and that is an automatic wheelhouse. It's an automatic one. Pow! And this one is hit deep down the left field line, and that's going. It is gone. Home run, Tim Raines. What a way to start for the White Sox. First batter, first pitch, Chris Bosio, wheelhouse 0-1. Tim Raines sends it right out of here. And just like that, the White Sox are up 1-0. And that really got the Comiskey crowd really up in arms. What a way to start it for the White Sox. A leadoff homer. The next batter will be Joey Cora. Cora batted .278, 2 homers against rights. So there's that home run that Bosio usually gives up. There's the pitch coming. And that is an in-play 43. And that's popped up in the infield. Second base calling for it is Amaral. And he will make the catch for the first out. One man down, and that will bring up the big hurt, Frank Thomas. Batted .342, 26 homers against rights. Frank Thomas sets it up. Bosio trying to see if he can shake off the homer. Here's the pitch. And that is another wheelhouse check, but that is a rare play, which always seems to happen on rare plays on wheelhouses. Rare play dice check is a 6-3. Let's see what we get. Checking the chart, a rare play. It's a dribbler hit to the pitcher who makes a play to first. And Chris Bosio's error rating is a 5. And he's good. And a pitcher's E rating is 1, 2, or 3. Ball sails into stands for a 2-base error. But Bosio has an error rating of 5. He's a good fielding pitcher. He has it and throws to first for out number 2. And that just goes as a ground out to the pitcher. A G1. 2 men down. And here's the designated hitter, Julio Franco. Batted .305, 13 homers against rights. Bosio sets and deals. And that is an in-play 78, and that's a fly ball to center. And Buhner's going to get under that one. And he's got it. And the inning is over. White Sox 1 run on a hit by Raines as a solid shot. And at the end of 1, the White Sox are already up 1-0. The fans enjoyed that. The one thing about watching playoff baseball, you get to see who really has the better pitching staff. And the White Sox actually had one of the better staffs in 1994. Because now you already get past Randy Johnson. Now, if you're the Mariners, you got to go through your 2, 3, and 4, and their ERAs are over 4, so you know it could be very tough. This is where we really find out who the better teams are. Top of the second, leading off for the Mariners will be Jay Buhner. Batted .336, 8 homers against lefts in 94. And Buhner is 1 for 4 for the series. He hit a double in the game against the O's. Here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 47. Popped it up in the infield. Calling for it is the shortstop, Guillen. And he's going to make the catch for out number 1. That brings on the Seattle designated hitter is Edgar Martinez. He's the DH tonight. Batted .329, 4 homers against lefts. Alvarez sets and deals. And that's a ballpark 48. Martinez hitting from the right. That is a wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 72 is a grounder to second base. Cora will come up with it. Has it. Throws to first. Out number 2. Martinez will take a seat. And the next batter will be Mike Blowers. Blowers gets the call today, batting .290, 5 homers against lefts. He's their left-hand. He's usually the batter against the left-handed pitchers. Usually starts at third base instead of Martinez. Martinez usually uses the DH. 2 outs, pitch from Alvarez. And that's a patient 80, and that is going to be a fly ball center field. And coming under that will be Johnson. He has it, and he makes the catch. And another 1, 2, 3 inning on the Mariners. They go down in order, and still 1-0 White Sox. Bottom of the second, leading off will be Robin Ventura, bats .287, 14 homers against rights in 94. Chris Bosio trying to shake off a couple of bad pitches. Let's see what he gets here. And that is a defense check, 0-3. That's going to be a problem. Error to first base. And that ball was hit to Martinez. Error rating is a 5. He's the best at that position, but an 0-3 is still not going to make it. That's going to be an error on Tino Martinez. And that is a 1-base error according to the card. So Ventura will go to first. First error on the Mariners. And that is an E3. As Martinez could not corral it. Probably tried to make the play and it bounced out of his glove. It was running to first base. Robin Ventura's 3B steal rating, 3 on the dice. He has 3 stolen bases. We'll see who the batter is. The batter coming up for the White Sox is Darren Jackson. Darren Jackson batted .317, 5 homers against lefts. So now can Bosio shake off the error? Ventura on it first. Let me see what his rating is. A B, and Wilson's arm is a 3. So it'd be a 3. It'd be a B3. It'd be a very good chance for Ventura to steal. I don't know, 1-0, and a guy batting .300 at the plate. I like more of a hit and run than anything else on that one, but I think we're going to see if Ventura will want it. And he only had 3 stolen bases. It's not enough for me to try him. Darren Jackson's going to go ahead and Darren Jackson's going to hit away. So runner on first. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Jackson does not ground into many double plays. And here's the pitch. Although I might have just said that, here's the play. 88. It's an in-play 88. And that is a ground ball to shortstop. And boy, I had to open my mouth. 5 on the board. Bosio's DP is an 8. Jackson's double play is a 5. Shortstop to second to first. Double play. I say he doesn't ground on a double play, and it's exactly what happens. 6-4-3, 2 outs. And he races Ventura at first. Maybe I should have had him steal. I'll know that the next time that comes up. 2 outs now. And here's Lance Johnson. Johnson batted .267, 2 homers against rights. And here's the pitch. And that is an in-play 63. Ground ball to short again. Picked up by Fermin. Tosses it over to first, and the inning is over. Chris Bosio shakes off the error. And that is all they'll get. He actually faces the minimum, so no runs, no hits, but an error. 2 in the book, still 1-0 White Sox. As Philip Reynolds says, he selected his first payoff pitch game, the 1889 Hoosiers against 2019 Korea from the Australian Baseball League. That should be fun to watch. Looking forward to watching a little bit of that. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 White Sox. Alvarez toes the rubber again. And here is Tino Martinez for Seattle. Batted .273, 4 homers against lefts. As he will get the call here. Made the error, but luckily for him, fortunately for him, the Mariners gave up no runs. Here's the pitch. And that is a tough 95. That's a fly ball to right field. And Jackson's going to get to that, and that's going to be out number 1. 1 man down. And now we will see Keith Mitchell. Batted .190, 2 homers against lefts. Mitchell gets in there. And now the pitch to Alvarez from Alvarez. And that is going to be a tough 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike out. 2 away. And looks like Wilson Alvarez is picked up where Bill Swift left off last night. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check the game out from yesterday. The Giants and the Astros. What an amazing game that was. Here's Dan Wilson, the catcher. Batted .225, 2 homers against lefts. 2 men out. Alvarez looks like he's off to a good start. And that is a tough 48, and that's going to be a base hit by Wilson. Wilson smacks one off Alvarez. That's going to be a single. Hits that one into right center field. Throw comes into second. A 2-out single for Wilson. 3F on the board, will not run. And now it'll give Rich Amaral a chance. Amaral flew out to left. Two men out. Wilson on it first. Here's the pitcher, Matt to Amaral. And that is a tough 14, and he goes down swinging. Struck him out. Got him on a low curveball. So no runs and a hit for the Mariners. Their first hit of the ball game, but it's still 1-0 White Sox. As Philip Reynolds says, he'll do a Seaver game with Strat, 68 Tigers and 69 Mets. As I've basically, during my tribute game, everybody that does this should do at least one Seaver game utilizing different utilizing different game engines. So as I did Payoff Pitch, and CP Cards and Dice did Stratomatic. Al Red Sox fan did, he used PC Replay Baseball. I need someone to do it at an APA, someone to do it in Inside Pitch, someone to do it in Pine Tar maybe, something. Everyone should do at least a Tom Seaver, whether he was on the Mets, the Reds, the White Sox, and the Red Sox. It needs to be done. Go to the bottom of the third inning. Chicago over Seattle, 1-0. Bosio gets back on the mound. Leading off for the White Sox will be Mike LaValliere. He gets to call a catcher today, batting .276 and a homer versus rights. Here's the pitch. And that is a wheelhouse check 10, and that will be just a base hit for LaValliere. Only had the one homer, and a 10 is enough just to get him a single as he hits that one into right field. LaValliere holds it first. Leadoff hit for Mike. Steal rating 3F, 12 on the board, will not run. Although usually the pitcher does get a chance to pick him off. But I only do a pickoff attempt if there's going to be a steal. So here's Ozzie Guillen. He batted .300, no homers against rights. LaValliere on at first. Bosio pitches. And that is an in-play 25, and that's going to be a base hit for Guillen. That is a single. Grounder up the middle to center field. LaValliere goes to second. He will hold there as he cannot turn the corner. The ball came in too quickly as Buhner threw it right back in there. And now the White Sox, runners at first and second, are in business with nobody out. And that will bring up Tim Raines. Raines, his first at bat was a jack and put the White Sox up on the board 1-0. Bosio trying to see if he can get Raines out. Runners first and second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the third. Game 1 of this American League Wild Card Series. Pitch coming. And that is going to be a wild pitch on Bosio first. He throws it to the backstop. LaValliere will move to third. And Guillen will move to second. That is a wild pitch. So the runners move up. And now we check the play, and that is a patient 30, and that is a walk, and it's a walk. So, in a way, the wild pitch didn't matter, but now the bases are loaded and no one out. A wild pitch moves the runners up, then he walks Raines. Probably may have been intentional. He could have said it was maybe intentional. I'm not sure. But the bases are loaded for Joey Cora as the White Sox right now look like they are ready to go ahead and take it early here. As Al Red Sox fan joins me in the chat, King of the Hill has arrived. We're in the bottom of the third inning. White Sox already up 1-0, but they are really in the mood right here. Here's Cora, bases loaded. Chris Bosio. Cora grounds it a double. It's a low ground to play. The Mariners are going to play the infield in. Nobody out. Bases juiced. And Dan Wilson talks to Bosio real quick. Now he comes back. Big pitch here. Bosio pitches to Cora. And that is an in-play 74. And that is a ground ball. That's a ground ball to short. Ground ball to second. It isn't in field in. And that is a 5. Batter out. And the bases are loaded. And the result is 2-6. Result 2-5. Runner on third. Out at home. Throws back to first. Double play. A double play on an infield in call. And if bases are loaded and the 2D result is 2-5, which it is, the runner on third is out at home and the batter is out at first, it's a double play. So LaValliere is out, Guillen moves to second. Guillen goes to third. Guillen goes to second. Cora is out, 2 away. What a great play. And that is a 4-1-3. Amaral to Wilson, back to Martinez. What a play that was, and it keeps it 1-0. But now the batter is Frank Thomas with runners at second and third. There's a 4-1-3, which erases LaValliere. And now Thomas the batter, and he grounded right back to the pitcher his last time up. What do you do with Thomas? Do you pitch with him and put him on base, or pitch to Cora? The thing about it is they're both dangerous, and they're going to go ahead and they're going to put Frank Thomas on base in this case. They're going to intentionally walk Thomas, make it a play at any base. And they're going to pitch to Julio Franco. Franco, almost a good hitter, but not like a power hitter. So they're going to bring in Julio Franco. So bases loaded as the Mariners are going to play a little early chess in the bottom of the third to try to keep it 1-0. Bosio has nowhere. Here's the pitch to Franco. Big pitch. And it's a patient 90. He's going to get out of it. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Fermin. Throws to second. And with bases loaded, nobody out, the Mariners get out of the jam. No runs, 2 hits, a couple of walks, a great infield in play, and it stays 1-0 in favor of the White Sox. Timeout. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Fans here at Comiskey Park know that big opportunity was missed. But the thing about it is the Mariners are unable to really figure out Alvarez at the moment. And it's still 1-0 White Sox. Leading off for the Mariners will be Felix Fermin. He's 0 for 1. Fermin had a great game in the game against the Orioles. He was 3 for 4 against Baltimore. Here we go, top of the 4th. Pitch coming. That is a tough 68, and that is going to be a grounder to second base, and that's picked up by Cora. He throws to first for out number 1. 1 away, and the batter will be Griffey. Griffey has struck out 5 consecutive times going back to Tuesday. So far he is really slumping at the plate right now. Here's the pitch from Alvarez. And that is a tough 23. Goes down, strikes again. Ken Griffey Jr. steer right out. And that is the 6th consecutive strikeout for Griffey. Griffey started the game in Baltimore on a fly ball to right. He has now struck out 6 consecutive times, 2 down. And here's Jay Buhner. And no, you don't take Griffey out of the game. But Alvarez so far has got the Mariners rocking. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 93, and that's a fly ball to left. Tim Raines is going to call for it. And he makes the catch for the final out. A 3-up and 3-down inning again for the Mariners. They have been unable to figure out Alvarez. Still 1-0 Chicago. Bottom of the fourth coming up. And here's Robin Ventura for the CHISox. Reached on a bait, got on first base via an error. Yeah, Griffey is officially, he's frozen. 6 consecutive strikeouts. Griffey is officially cold. He's frozen. He's a popsicle. Ventura, the pitch from Bosio. Ballpark 79, that's going to be in play. In play 89 is a grounder to second base, picked up by Alvarez, throws to first, out number 1. Here's Darren Jackson. Jackson grounded out into a double play his last time up. Potentially trade bait after playoffs. Well, Mariners did, didn't they? Here's the pitch to Jackson. And defense 31, it is going to be an error check to third base. The ball is hit to Blowers. His error rating is a 2, 31 on the dice. And that's going to be an error. That will be an error on Blowers. And it will be a 1-base error. Jackson gets to first. And that is an E5 and the second error on the Mariners today. Darren Jackson, 4B steal rating, 3 on the dice. I think we'll see a steal with 1 out. Here's Lance Johnson. We'll see if he gets a steal here. Darren Jackson's steal rating is a 4. Chris Bosio's hold is a 7. So on the card, 0 to 56, he steals. If he's not a steal, Bosio gets a chance to pick him off. 88, he does not get the jump. Bosio gets a chance. Gets a pickoff chance. Draw another card. 10 to 19, he's out. 52, he's back safely. Darren Jackson, safe at first. Chris Bosio tried to pick him off, and he is safe. And now Lance Johnson is up. And now we may see a hit and run. Because Johnson, only 2 strikeouts on Bosio's, 2 toughs on Bosio's card. Johnson does not strike out much. So we're going to see a hit and run now. Hit and run attempt. And it's a ballpark 64. Johnson, that's going to be an in-play. An in-play 31 is a base hit for Lance Johnson. Single. As a base hit, Darren Jackson. See what kind of hit it is. It's an opposite field liner into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base, but Jackson does go to third because on the hit and run. So it's runners at first and third and 1 out. Well hit by Lance Johnson off of Bosio. And once again, he's in a little bit of trouble with 1 out and runners at the corners. And here's Mike LaValliere. LaValliere singled his last time up. Infield in is called. Here's the pitch. And it's a tough 64. And that is a ground ball to short. That's a ground ball to short. Infield is in. It's a 6 on the dice. And the runner on third's going to be out at home. Batter is safe. Other runners advance 1 base. Jackson tried to score. A great throw by Fermin. Guns him down at the plate. Runners at first and second, but 2 outs. As the infield in does work. Jackson is out. And it goes as a fielder's choice. And now the batter is Ozzie Guillen. The Mariners doing everything they can to keep this a 1-0 game. Bosio getting a lot of defensive help. 2 outs now to Guillen. Guillen singled his last time up. Pitch coming. That's a wheelhouse 62, but it's not going to do any damage. Fly ball to left. That's under it by Mitchell. He gets to it, and that retires the side again. The Mariners escape. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. But they cannot get anything. After 4, it's still 1-0 White Sox. Can the Mariners, however, take advantage of it? That's the question. Bosio is doing everything he can to keep it the way it is. We go to the top of the 5th. Like to remind you, tomorrow will be Game 2 of the American League Wild Card Series. Should be a pretty good game tomorrow. Jack McDowell will be pitching for the White Sox. Pitches for the White Sox, and Dave Fleming will go for the Mariners. Fleming versus McDowell tomorrow, Game 2, here at Comiskey Park. But meanwhile, we got a huge Game 1 going on here. Wilson Alvarez back on the mound. And here's Edgar Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 1. Martinez is Zach was 1 for 3 in the game against the Orioles, and he hit a home run. Pitch from Alvarez. It's an in-play 63, and that's a fly ball to right. Coming under it will be Jackson, and he's got it for out number 1. Alvarez pitching like a pitcher that is pitching like an ace so far. But Chris Bosio, he's been getting a lot of help. Here's Mike Blowers. Blowers 0 for 1. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ballpark 31, and that's going to be a wheelhouse either side. Wheelhouse 58, and that's a ground ball to third. And that's picked up by Ventura. Throws it over to first for out number 2. Blowers just missed that one. 2 down. And now Tino Martinez. Alvarez sets and deals. Tough 71 and struck him out. Martinez goes down, caught looking at strike 3. Thought the ball was inside, was a well-placed slider by Alvarez, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. And that's Alvarez's 5th strikeout of the night. Mariners just can't get anything going at the plate. It's still 1-0 White Sox. Bottom of the 5th coming up. And the top of the White Sox batting order, here's Raines. Raines is 1 for 1. He walked his last time up, but he hit a jack in the 1st. Bosio with the pitch. In play 52. And fly ball to right field. Griffey's going to get to this one. Makes the catch. 1 down. And now here's Joey Cora. Cora 0 for 2. Popped out and grounded out. Pitch from Bosio. Patient 12. That's a walk. Cora will trot down to first on a base on balls. Cora steal rating 4C. 4 on the dice. Could see a steal here. Frank Thomas is the next batter. With 1 out, I think we will. Joey Cora, 4C, but a C rating for stealing. And Wilson's arm is a 3. That'd be a C3. And that would be a normal attempt. That would be a normal chance. I think with Frank Thomas at the plate, you don't steal. I'll overrule it. 1 out. And when I overrule a steal attempt, I usually don't try a hit and run. Here's the pitch to Thomas. Let's see if it pays off. In play, 91, ground ball to short. Thomas's double play rating's an 8. Bosio's an 8. Shortstop to second to first, double play. 6-4-3. No runs, no hits, a walk. Thomas grounds out into a 6-4-3, and it stays 1-0. And I'll tell you, not taking chances to steal is kind of hurting the White Sox. But this is the playoffs. We go to the top of the 6th. Wilson Alvarez comes back out. Bosio's fatigue rating, both fatigue ratings are an 8. They're both being strong. Leading off for the Mariners will be Keith Mitchell. As ID Jester joins me here at Comiskey Park for the first game of this wild card series. Welcome, General. I salute you, sir. Alvarez pitches to Mitchell. And in play 40, and that is a popped up in the infield. Calling for it is going to be the shortstop, Guillen. He's got it, 1 out. Pop out to short. 1 down, and the batter is Dan Wilson. Dan Wilson has the only hit for the Mariners in this game off Alvarez. Singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Alvarez with the pitch. Tough 34. Gone down on strikes. 2 outs. Wilson got him looking on a curveball. Strikeout number 6 for Alvarez. Top of the Mariner batting order. Here's Rich Amaral. Amaral with the pitch. And that is a ballpark 74. And that's in play. In play 80. Fly ball to center. Coming under this is going to be Johnson. And he's got it. And the side is retired. Another 1-2-3 inning by Wilson Alvarez, and it's still 1-0 White Sox. Bottom of the 6th coming up. Fans here at Comiskey Park are happy their White Sox are up by 1 run, but they like to see more. Leading off is Julio Franco. Seattle does not have any. They don't have the bullpen ready yet, but they will probably coming up. Bosio pitching very well. He's gotten out of a lot of jams thanks to Mariner defense. Here's the pitch to Franco. And that's ballpark 05. That's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 92. Ground ball to short. And Fermin has that. Throws to first. Out number 1. Really looks like both these pitchers have picked up from where Bill Swift left off from yesterday. And if you've not caught that game, please do. 1 man out. And we'll bring up Robin Ventura. Ventura is 0 for 1, reached on an error and grounded out. Bosio with the pitch. Patient 65. Base hit for Ventura. It's a single. He will hold it first. Ventura steal rating 3B, 10 on the board, will not run. And it will bring up Darren Jackson. 1 man out. Bosio pitching very well, but as I said, Seattle defense is really helping them out. Ventura on it first. Pitch to Jackson. That's a tough. Geez, that is a direct leaner, right, isn't it? Yeah. Fouled away, strike 1. Amazing how the dice actually just leans right on the felt sometimes. We'll do it again. Wheelhouse 46, base hit for Jackson. That is a single. It's an opposite field liner into left field. Ventura rounding second. He'll go to third, and he will hold. Jackson stops at first. And now the batter is Lance Johnson with 1 out. Infield will be in. They'll let Bosio pitch. Johnson actually does better against lefts. And they might call a timeout here still. 6th inning. Oh, boy. Timeout. I think we might see a pitching change. Hold on. Might see a pitching change here. They're going to bring in a pitching change as Bosio is going to be taken out in this situation. So Bosio will leave. He will be done. He actually pitched very well, but thanks to Mariner defense. But now you're in the later innings. Now you got to make a move. New pitcher for the Mariners will be Jeff Nelson. Nelson will take over. He did pitch the game against Baltimore, but that was 2 days ago. Bullpen is fully rested. And the way I'm going to do it, if a relief pitcher comes in and he pitches 1 game, he can go the next. If he pitches 2 games in a row, he will rest for the 3rd game after that. That's how I'm going to do the playoffs. I think it's fair. 1 out. Now Nelson pitching to Johnson. Infield is in. Pitch to Johnson. Tough, 75. It's a fly ball to center field. It's not going to be deep enough. Ventura will have to hold. Johnson is out, 2 away. As Ventura not deep enough, and they will not send him. And now with 2 outs, there's Mike LaValliere. Can the Mariners again keep the White Sox from scoring? Runners at first and third, now 2 outs. LaValliere is 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd. Nelson trying to keep it where it is. Infield is back now. 2 outs. Pitch to LaValliere. It's a defense, 48. That could be interesting. Error check to second base. The ball is hit to Amaral. His error rating is a 148 on the board. That's going to be an error. A huge error on Amaral. And that is a 2-base error according to the chart. Ventura will score. Jackson goes to 3rd, and LaValliere's on 2nd. Was picked up by Amaral, tried to hurry the throw to first base and threw it in the dugout. Huge E4. And E4 scores, and the White Sox are now up 2-0. Oh, what a bad break for Amaral. He had it and threw it into the dugout. A bad throw to first to try to get LaValliere. He hurried the throw. And Nelson can't believe it and said, oh, man, it was right there. LaValliere doesn't run that well. And now a 2-0 White Sox lead. And the batter is Ozzie Guillen. Big, big error. And that is the 3rd Mariners error in the game. The 3rd error on Seattle. Guillen now at the plate. Nell pitch to him. You want to put him on base and deal with Tim Raines, pick your poison, but Nelson will deal with Guillen. 2 outs. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. Infield is normal. Here's the pitch. That's a tough 24, and Guillen smacks one into the gap. That's going to be a double for Ozzie Guillen. Smacks a big double off of Nelson. Jackson will score. LaValliere will score. Guillen goes to 2nd. 4-0 White Sox, and the fans are really with it now. How big is that error now? Double by Guillen. Just avoids the strikeout. Clears the bases. 4-0 White Sox. And the batter will be Tim Raines. And the sad thing about it is I got to take Nelson out because he's given up 3 runs. Even though 1 was charged, but he gave up 2 runs there, and Nelson is done. If he wants to pitch tomorrow, once you're fatigued, automatically you come out. Tim Raines is the batter. And coming on to pitch to Raines is going to be Eric Plantenberg. Raines does not hit lefties very well. But Plantenberg's probably in there for 1 batter, and that's probably going to be Raines. Nelson is done. Wow. Huge error. And the White Sox took advantage of it. Here's Raines with 2 outs. Plantenberg probably just in here for Raines. Here's the pitch. And that is a patient 40, and he walked him. Raines takes a walk to first. Runners at first and second now. And the batter is Joey Cora. Cora 0 for 3 against Plantenberg. We'll leave him in there. Even get him done. And they're going to take Plantenberg out. He's done. He came in there for 1 batter, and he's out. They're not going to have him pitch to Cora. And the Mariners will bring in the right-hander, Bill Risley. He'll pitch to Cora now with 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Miscues and bad relief didn't help the M's, as Salvador America says that here. 4-0 White Sox. Here's the pitch to Cora. And it's a patient 22, and it's a walk. That is a walk, and the bases are loaded again. And now the batter is Frank Thomas with 2 outs. The big hurt at the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Risley knows what he has to do. He's got to get Thomas out. Risley sets it up. 2 outs. Pitch. Tough. 57. And that's a ground ball to third. It's hit right to Blowers. He's got it. Throws to second, covering, and the inning is over. But the damage is done as the White Sox send all 9 to the plate. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and a couple of walks. 6 innings in the books. White Sox up on the Mariners 4-0. Timeout. We go to the top of the 7th here. Dave Fleming versus Jack McDowell tomorrow. Game number 2 of the American League Wild Card Series. And right now, the White Sox are 9 outs away from taking a 1-0 series lead. Wilson Alvarez is pitching beautifully. He does have 2 complete games in the regular season. If you're the White Sox, how you would love to have your starter go 9 innings and not use your bullpen at all. But the game is not over yet. Top of the 7th, leading off for the Mariners will be Felix Fermin. Fermin is 0 for 2. Pitch from Alvarez. Ballpark 06, definite wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 67. Ground ball to second base. Cora's got it. Throws to first. Out number 1. And now Ken Griffey, who has been awful so far since the big home run against the Tigers, since the grand slam home run against the Tigers in the final game of the season. Griffey is 0 for 8. It's 0 for 7 with 6 consecutive strikeouts. It's going back to the Baltimore game. 1 out. Griffey wants to get off the schneid. Here's the pitch. It's a tough 70, and that's a ground ball to short. At least it didn't strike out this time, but it's an easy play. Throws to first, out number 2. And so far, Griffey has absolutely disappeared in the playoffs. The batter now is Jay Buhner. Buhner 0 for 2. Alvarez with the pitch. In play 60. Fly ball to right. Coming under it is Darren Jackson. He's got it. Another 1-2-3 inning on the Mariners. 7th inning stretch. White Sox leading 4-0 here. And we'll be right back after this message. 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ball game, people. We'll be back in a moment. We go to the bottom half of inning number 7. Bill Risley coming out to pitch for the Mariners. 4-0 White Sox. Mariners not getting the bounces they got against Baltimore in a game against the Tigers last week. Leading off for Chicago will be Julio Franco. He's 0 for 3, though, as we start the bottom of the 7th here in this American League Wild Card Series game. Pitch coming. And that is a tough 10, struck him out. Franco will head back to the dugout. And he is settled with an 0 for 4 day so far. And that'll bring up Robin Ventura. Ventura is 1 for 2, singled his last time up, got on base via an error, and he did score a run. Here's the pitch. Tough 89, and that's a ground ball to second base, picked up by Armorall. He's got it, throws to first, 2 down. And the batter now will be Lance Johnson. I'm sorry, Darren Jackson, not Lance Johnson. Darren Jackson's the next batter. Jackson singled his last time up, got on base on an error. 2 outs. This is the playoffs. I really got to make sure everything's correct. Here's the pitch to Jackson. Tough 70 and grounded to second base. Armorall's got it again. Throws to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for Risley. And that does it for the White Sox in the 7th. Still 4-0. As right now, the White Sox, Wilson Alvarez is owning the Mariners tonight. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th. Wilson Alvarez, this is fatigue inning, but he hasn't given up any runs, so he stays strong until he really does. Here's Edgar Martinez leading off for the Mariners. 0 for 3. Wilson Alvarez working on a one-hitter. Pitch to Martinez. And ballpark 12, that's wheelhouse. Wheelhouse 43 is a base hit for Martinez. The Mariners get a leadoff man on base. And more than that, it actually rolls into the corner. That's actually all the way to left field. Martinez heading for 2. That's a double. He has a double, and he will hold it second. Leadoff double for the Mariners. Is this the time now they might get some runs? They'll hold at second base. And the batter is Mike Blowers. Mariners looking now to maybe put some runs on the board. Leadoff double is a good way to start. Alvarez with the pitch. And patient 85. Ground ball to shortstop. Easy play there for Guillen. Throws to first for out number 1. Martinez run rating a 6. Has to hold. 1 out. And now Tino Martinez. 0 for 2. Flew out and struck out. Alvarez with the pitch. Defense 17th. That could be interesting. Let's see. Error check, second base. Ball is hit to Cora. Error rating is a 3. 1-32 on the card. 17. And he's going to boot that one. That's going to be a miscue. Error on Cora. And it's a 1-base error. So Martinez goes to first. And Edgar is on third. Runners at the corners. 1 out. An error on Cora. E4. First error on the White Sox. The next batter is Keith Mitchell, and we're going to see a pinch hitter, I'm sure. Let's see who they got on the bench. And coming on to pinch hit is going to be Warren Newson. Batted .400 against lefts. Mitchell's in left field. Newson Mitchell was a left fielder. Newsom will take over in that position as well. So Newsom will replace Mitchell totally. In the playoffs, I don't care how many at-bats you had. If you're on the playoff roster, whatever your average is, you bat. This is the playoffs. All your best players should be on the team, at least for bench players. Starting rotation, I usually go by the most at-bats against a certain arm. Runners at first and third, one out. Warren Newson coming up to bat against Alvarez. He does got double play. White Sox are going to go ahead and play the infield back. 4-0 lead. They'll sacrifice the run to get 2. Alvarez, pitch to Newson. Tough, 13. Struck him out. Big strikeout on Newson. Alvarez gets the K. 2 outs. Big strikeout. The next batter is Dan Wilson. I don't know if they replace. You know what I just did? I just used somebody on Chicago to bat for Seattle. Boy, I'm really bad. My bad. Miscues, including mine. Bad. We got to redo the play. I used the Chicago player instead of the Mariners player. Try that. Let's try that again. It's going to be Luis Sojo instead. My bad. Dang it. At least I caught it. Runners at first and third. Luis Sojo will now bat against Wilson Alvarez. And Mitchell was left field. So who's going to take over in left field is going to be Eric Anthony. He'll take over in left field as Sojo is going to bat. So we'll redo it again. Sorry, guys. Anthony will take over in left field. C37. Not really a bad fielder. But Luis Sojo will bat against Alvarez. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. 1 out. Go back to 1 out. Sojo now a double play. They're still going to go ahead and they're still going to stay the infield back. Sojo doesn't ground out in many double plays, but a 4-0 lead, you want outs. You'll trade the out for a run. Alvarez will now pitch to Sojo. Bats .333. Now we do this right. Here's the pitch. And it's an in-play 17 base hit for Sojo. Single. Line drive into center field. Runner on first advances a base. Martinez goes to second. Sojo goes to first. Martinez comes in to score. It's 4-1. And the Mariners finally get through Wilson Alvarez. Runners only advance 1 base. Now the batter is Dan Wilson. Alvarez still on the mound. They'll keep him there just in case. But now 4-1 as the Mariners finally break through. Runners at first and second. Still 1 out. Top of the 8th. Now the Comiskey Park faithful getting a little bit nervous. Here's the pitch to Wilson. They'll let him bat. Patient 34. Single for Wilson. Base hit. That is a base hit. Grounder up the middle to center field. Sojo advances to second. Wilson gets to first. Tino Martinez, runner on second, scores. It's 4-2. Can you believe it? Base hit by Wilson. It's his second hit of the night. Runners it, and now the tying run is on base. And the batter is Rich Armerall. And now, do you stay with Alvarez? You go to the bullpen. I think now you go to the bullpen for the White Sox. Rich Armerall, the batter, and yeah, they will go to the bullpen. So Alvarez is coming out, pitched a gem until maybe he ran out of gas here in the eighth. Slated to get the win. Armerall does not bat as well against the right, so they'll bring in Jose De Leon to pitch to Armerall. They're in the top of the eighth inning. Bill Risley, of course, is done. He pitched 6 and 7, so we'll see a new pitcher for the Mariners as well in the bottom of the eighth. Can you believe it? Now the Mariners have a chance. White Sox leading 4-2. Runners first and second. Armerall now represents the go-ahead run. De Leon now the pitcher. They'll keep Armerall in there. Here's the pitch. It's a patient 76. It's a fly ball to center field. Coming under it is going to be Johnson. Makes the catch, out number 2. Runners hold. And the batter now is Felix Fermin with 2 outs. Did I actually have the Cleveland Browns bat for the Astros yesterday? No, I did not. Cleveland Browns bat for the Astros. No, Steeler fan, come on. That occurred fair and square. Even though I saw my mistake, I saw what happened. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Fermin now at the plate. He's yet to get a hit tonight. Mariners already have 2 runs in this inning, have made it a little interesting. Here's the pitch to Fermin. Tough, 60. Fly ball to right. Coming under it is going to be Jackson, and he makes the catch, and the inning is over. The Mariners get 2 runs on 3 hits and an error. We got a ball game again. The White Sox still lead it, though, 4-2. Bottom of the 9th inning. Bottom of the 8th inning. New pitcher for the Mariners, Eric Anthony, will take over Mitchell's place in left field. The leadoff batter for the White Sox is Lance Johnson. And coming on to pitch for the Mariners is going to be Rich Gossage. They do not want to bring in Ayala right now. Not yet. Rich Gossage, the Goose, is here. 43 years old. Rich Gossage. 4.18 ERA. He'll go up against Lance Johnson here in the bottom of the 8th. Gossage pisses to Johnson. That's a patient 59 and fly ball to left. Coming under that is going to be Anthony. He makes the catch, out number 1. Johnson goes down, and now we'll see Mike LaValliere. "43 years old, Rich Gossage with the Mariners. Here he is pitching in a wild card series. Pitch to LaValliere. Tough, 90. Ground ball to second base. That's picked up by Armerall. Throws to first, out number 2. And now we'll see Ozzie Guillen. Guillen's having a good night tonight, 2 for 3, a single and a double. Gossage looks in. Guillen, the batter, sets and deals. Pitch. Tough. 67. Grounded to shortstop. Picked up by Fermin. He's got it. Throws to first. 3 up and 3 down for Rich Gossage. I actually took a chance with him on that, and he pulls through. Nothing across as Gossage pitches a 1-2-3 inning. But the Mariners got to do it in the next inning coming up. 4-2 White Sox, top of the 9th. Leading off for the Mariners is going to be Ken Griffey, who has been absolutely awful in the postseason so far. Griffey is having a hell of a postseason. He's 0 for 8. DeLeon will pitch. I'm going to check the White Sox bullpen, see if I want to bring in the closer. But I'll be honest with you, I think I'd rather go with DeLeon. DeLeon can pitch the 9th. All relief pitchers that pitch today are available tomorrow. If anybody pitches tomorrow, they might not be available for game 3. No, you don't pitch it for Griffey. I understand he's having a rough time. You don't pitch for a guy that bats .339. He's just not doing it. Yeah, Rick Vaughn, I know you're kidding. No. DeLeon, 4-2, top of the 9th. Will we see 9th inning magic again for the Mariners? Pitch on the way. Tough, 37, struck him out. Griffey strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, and they don't know what's wrong with him. I think he's going to the batting cage. 1 out. And the batter will be Jay Buhner. Buhner 0 for 2. Well, maybe Rick was right. I don't know. You might be right, Al. Maybe he was right. Buhner, the batter. Here's the pitch. Tough, 64. Ground ball to second. Picked up by Cora. He won't make an error this time. Throws to first. Out number 2. And now it's up to Edgar Martinez to keep it alive for the Mariners. Martinez hit a double his last time up. 1 for 3. Can he get on base to give Mike Blowers a chance? Well, the thing about it, our Red Sox fans, since his grand slam against the Tigers, which actually put the Mariners in the playoffs, he hasn't done anything since then. 2 outs. DeLeon, fans here at Comiskey Park want to see DeLeon get the final out. 4-2 White Sox. A win here, and the White Sox take a 1-game lead, and the Mariners face elimination tomorrow night. DeLeon, pitch. Here it comes. Tough, 70. Ground ball to second base. Cora's got it. Pumps once, pumps twice, throws to first. That will do for the game. And the White Sox take a 1-0 lead over the Mariners in the American League Wild Card Series. As White Sox pitching really did the job. No runs, no hits, no errors. I'll give you a final line score here. For the White Sox, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. For the Mariners, 2 runs, 4 hits, and 3 errors. They did not play a very clean game. The winning pitcher is Alvarez. He gets the win, goes to 1-0. Bosio does take the loss, drops to 0-1. And DeLeon does get a save. And that's his first for the playoffs. I'll try to keep stats as best as I can for the entire playoff run for everybody. Of course, if the team is eliminated, who cares about what their stats were? But that'll do it here. So the White Sox beat the Mariners 4-2 in the first game of this wild card series. Tomorrow night, it'll be Dave Fleming versus Jack McDowell, where now the Mariners will be facing elimination and try to get it to a game 3. If there is a game 3, it'll be Jason Beret for the White Sox going up against Greg Hibbert for Seattle on, today's what, Thursday? On Saturday. If not, we'll see a game 1 of the National League Wild Card Series on Saturday. As I'm not taking any breaks in between the rounds while the round is going on. We go right to the next game, and we go right to the next day. No travel days. We'll go right to it, but we'll assume a travel day occurred when one team goes from one stadium to another. That is it here from Comiskey Park. The final score, once again, White Sox 4, Mariners 2. White Sox take a 1-0 lead. Mariners face elimination tomorrow night, and anything can happen in an elimination game. For tonight, Steeler fan 1933, Rick Vaughn, Salvador America, Al Red Sox fan, Steeler fan 1933, Philip Reynolds, ID Jester. Make sure I don't miss anybody here. Thank you all for joining me. Please leave a like on your way out through the turnstiles. I thank you very much. And we'll see you guys tomorrow once again. For Tom Terrific, may he rest in peace. And if you didn't catch my tribute game featuring him on the 1985 White Sox against the 85 Yankees, please catch that as well. Some good stories were done in that game, not just by me, but by the chat. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow night here for Robert RJL 518. Stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong, stay smart. See you tomorrow, guys, for game 2 of this series. Have a good night.